Hi, we are back here at PyData Paris 2025. I'm here with Anita. Anita, you gave a keynote earlier today. It was about several things, but I think geospatial is a good kind of overarching theme, right?
Sure, yeah, I guess.
And can you describe a little bit how you came, how you got into that field, and what you're doing?
Yeah, of course. I think like so many in the geospatial community, I ended up there kind of by an accident. I always liked maps. I knew about that, and I was looking for a field of computer science that was a bit more applied. So really, when I found out that geoinformatics was a thing, I was like, okay, I'm going to study that. And then, yeah, like halfway through my studies, I did this internship at the Austrian Institute of Technology, and I realized they have a lot of cool data, but what I didn't have access to was like the licenses of their GIS system. So I was there as an intern, I couldn't use the software. And then that's what started me out on this open source journey of working with QGIS, exploring its capabilities, trying to expand it to scratch my own itches. Basically, that's the whole origin story of how I ended up in this community.
Okay, and so now you're already active for quite a while, right?
Yeah, it's embarrassing. Like I've been with the QGIS community now for 17 years. The first time I really felt like part of the community was when they visited Vienna, my hometown, for a developer meeting, and I just decided, oh, what the heck, just going to show up and I'm going to see like who are these people, maybe I can contribute, and that was really exciting. And well, we're still here, so it's been a good ride.
And can you sketch a little bit how did it change the QGIS community, or more widely the geoinformatics community from when you started?
That's a very good question. So I think we've seen continuous growth and like so many people coming on board and growing the whole setup. We like started the QGIS Foundation to put the whole project on more solid grounds, to help the developers being able to focus on the technical side of things while we were looking into making it more sustainable with the fundings. And also growing all the community side. Like we started out with these developer meetings, like the one I attended in Vienna with maybe 15, 20 people. And the last couple of years, we actually had international user conferences. The last one in Norrköping in Sweden was sold out with like 400 or 500 tickets. I don't know. Basically, the venue was full. So on so many different levels, from the technical side to the communication side, that there has been such an extreme growth in the whole project, which is really exciting, I think.
And have you been involved in other communities? Not really to now discuss them, but more in comparison to the QGIS community. What are the characteristics you would say are special about the QGIS community, or what is it?
Yeah, I think it's very interesting how interdisciplinary it is. Because I work in applied research, I see on the other hand side these more academic communities as well, which can also be exciting. Um, but they are often driven from different perspectives, right? As an academic, you want to have new and exciting results. You experiment with different approaches. Versus on the QGIS side, we have a lot of a long-term vision of how to make the project really sustainable. We've been here for over 20 years. We want to be here for the next 20 years. So you really need to plan things out. You need to build understanding between many different players. There's so many companies that have core contributors contributing to the project. It's much more about communication than it is in, for example, an academic setting where it's about presenting your latest and greatest results and everyone is happy and claps, and you don't need this long-term sustainable vision.
And so would you say that this long-term sustainable vision is really a big challenge that now distinguishes QGIS from, let's say, a more emerging new proof of concept style
Yeah, I think
tools?
all the established open source projects at one point, they had to reach this level of strategy and just a setup where you can ensure that you are still here in a couple of years and that you can still serve your users. And it just requires a different mindset than this fast and experimental approach like you would have in a startup where you can pivot from one side to the other if you need to. But if you have a project with millions of users, they require that it's stable, that they can rely on it, you can't make these quick moves. So I think
And
that's
how
a big
do you
challenge.
ensure that you get still new input? I think QGIS has a very active plugin system, right, which is then more open and allows people to contribute.
The plugin ecosystem has been really essential also for me to get started using it and to customize it. So basically anyone can write an extension to scratch their own itch. You can pick up an existing one and share it with the community as well if you have altered it in any way or form. But also there's lots of inputs directly from users who are not technical, who cannot develop plugins themselves, but they can interact with all the developers that offer services around QGIS. And eventually there's a lot of cases where these features that these people needed and contracted ended up in the core application. So really every single one of us has the chance to make the whole project grow and make it better for everyone.
Yeah, thanks, Anita. That's really fascinating. I think, is there anything else that you want to share with the Python community that is mostly listening to?
Yeah, so actually at the keynote, I completely forgot to plug one great resource that might be interesting for you if you're working with geospatial in Python. There is the book Geocomputation with Python. It's an open ebook. It comes with a Discord community. It comes with reproducible code that you can find on GeoCompy. And I invite you to join the community either around GeoCompy, around QGIS, and explore geospatial with us.
Great. Thanks, Anita, for the interview and for participating in the conference here. See you around.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks.